Actually, how was the retail sales went up? So that makes sense why people got scared. People are buying too strong. Scare them that the Fed might say, "Yo, people are still spending, so I don't see why we should cut interest rate." Core retail sale rose. A lot of categories of stores did well. Online shopping, clothes, dining specials, business inventories rose. Business sales rose. Signs of weakness in labor market, job claims rose. Weekly, that's higher, worse than expected. Also, there's a major revision past 900, 911,000 fewer jobs were counted for 12-month prior to the previous result. The market isn't as strong as people assume. Inflation data in August was over year. Core inflation, including food, was 3.1. Prices are rising in some areas more than others. Food at home shelters. The retail sales bring strongly. People are still spending, which helps the economy stay afloat, but it also could make the Feds, think about it, the economy isn't weak enough, so it justify big interest rate cuts. Inventories rising a bit while sales rise more, suggests companies aren't piling up unsold stock, which is good signs. Less risk of sharp pullback. Inventories rising a bit while sales rise more, suggests companies the market weakens. Higher jobs is a warning sign that if fewer jobs are being created, income might not grow fast. People might spend less. That could slow down economy. Inflation stays sticky. Core, meaning the Fed may be cautious. If inflation doesn't come down, they might be reduced how fast they cut interest rates. So good, retail strong, GDP now solid, inflation may be stabilized. Bad, the labor market gets worse, inflation stays high, Fed hints of rate cuts will be slow. Investors get nervous, yields, interest rates, bonds might go up. Growth stocks suffer, defense stocks like utilities companies, anyway, stocks go down pretty much. More confidence in economy, investors expect rate cuts, but not too fast. Market could go up, especially. So it's gonna be interesting tomorrow. So that makes sense why when the data came out at 5:30. So last night, oh my bad, S&P 500, your timing date, Arizona time, 1 hour candle. Let's go to Tuesday. Tuesday, coming to 10 o'clock. So right here, I was telling you guys how, um, seeing how there was data coming at 5:30 in the morning, depending how it will react in between your 11:45, 12:30, we might have a pullback. But once we get to around 2 o'clock, we may come back just because the uncertainty and we're too high already and we're too close to the Fed talking, so the market anything gonna fucking blow up and keep going up crazy or whatnot, unless we had the good news in the morning and it was sustained it. But since we did it, we can see right here, we close here. Look how at 2 o'clock we pull in. That's your first sign that we're gonna start going on down. To still stay green, you wanted this to be green up strong, looking like this. But since there's no resistance, no, this is all new land for us, all new territory. The moment 2 o'clock went in, all right, cool. We're gonna go back down, test this region down here, and then 5 o'clock. Just so happened that 5 o'clock was in that support, testing that support again. Of course, came out back, and look how it just shoots through your 50 Fibonacci 1 hour candle, and it stays there. And I had a feeling he was gonna do this because he's waiting for the Fed again tomorrow. Since the Fed is gonna talk till 11:30, we most likely are gonna have a pull down. And let me take this shit off right now. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll take it off. Take it off, people. Don't worry. Take it off. All right. So even my entries right here is telling you, yo, these are your targets. And notice how we created what I call, Bitcoin does this, markets do this. I call it a floating island. So after the market has shot up, it'll create this island. It'll float on it. Here's a support right here, this area. So if we lose that, it's a 12-hour candle. We lose that, we're gonna have cushion down here in this area, but we do have a trend line. And it just so happened, what was that? That it's, so here's your 50 Fibonacci 3-hour candle. So here's that area that I said, here's where we are right now. What's gonna happen is, as we had, since tomorrow we talk till, oh, not we, but the Fed talks till Wednesday, Thursday, White House schedule of event underway in the UK. Wednesday, Thursday, White House schedule of an event under the way in the UK. What are you planning, Trump? What are you planning? So we're gonna do, since we have data till 11:30. I don't see why the market's gonna be very volatile. We're gonna be seeing the market sort of like this or whatnot. Especially as he talks, the market's gonna be very high. But if he comes very dovish, very positive in the beginning, the market is gonna fucking fly hard. Once it flies hard, then after that, your 30 to 45 minutes, they're gonna be asking questions. It's gonna be doing this, bringing it back down again, all this shit or whatever. Either end up closing, like I said, high, or end up fucking closing back inside of here, this floating island, still bullish. Now, if we directly say something that I want to hear, you're gonna see the S&P 500 most likely coming down and test this 6,577 price and close, and try to maybe recover above that and close inside of here in this green cushion, which is 6,584 to 6,597, which would make sense because this is your area, your cushion area, your support, your next support region. And we either gonna most likely either, it's gonna be bad if we just close right on this 50 on this bottom of the support, but we're most likely gonna buy again, end up closing somewhere here. Still bullish. If the news is really bad, again, you're gonna see it come down here to 6,576 and just hold. And then it's gonna be up to Thursday and Friday really to maintain it or break it again and lose that trust. That those emotions that we had, those happy emotions, we gotta go into panic mode now if that does happen. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if tonight we came down and test this cushion, like I said right here. And it all depends about time. So look, notice how we have a little area right here. We're breaking it right now. So it's 10 o'clock. What is gonna happen, it could happen, is 11:45. Again, 11:45, 12:30 is always important. So by 11:45, 12:30, we then start recovering, and we're up here by 11:45. Like I said, 12:30, we're gonna start going up, and most likely just get stuck here, be waiting for the news. But I keep thinking that the news is gonna come out at 5:30. So if anything, we may rally enough throughout the morning and all that. But again, there's nothing in the morning to bring. It's like, for example, if it's your birthday tomorrow, and they're telling you, "Hey, I heard your mom is gonna buy you this. Hey, I heard your uncle is gonna buy the stuff that you wanted." You keep hearing all this the good news, right? But if then they tell you, "Hey, but it's your birthday tomorrow, and yeah, you have your gift, you can open them, but you have to actually wait till 12 at noon. You're like, what the fuck? I mean, I have my gift. I can just open them right now. Why I gotta wait till my birthday already? Hey man, you're gonna wait. Your emotions are gonna go down. It's not gonna be that fuck yeah, let me open it. Let's do it right now. I can't wait. I can't. So that's what I'm saying. That I wouldn't be surprised if the market just acted that way throughout the night or even in the morning. But again, like I said, you're 11:45, 12:30. Seeing how we already broke this area, especially in a forward candle. Seeing how we broke that forward candle. This is the last little thin ass support that is testing, which is the forward candle right here. Now you're gonna see, like I said, you're gonna see this breaking down in by 11:45, 12:30, 11:15, 11:30. You see some green going up. That's why the market's gonna try and maintain this bullishness or whatnot. Otherwise, if by 11:45, 12:30, we're actually breaking this and it's hanging down here, we could see coming on down 11:45, 12:30, closing at 2, and again just bullshitting here. And again, as we get morning, just be in this area right here, in your 6,593 range, because this is where we're gonna hit land support right here. So if anything, we're gonna create some sort of support right here and then bullshit in this region. Again, the goal to pass again, if we do drop, is gonna be this area right here, this support. And you're gonna most likely see that in the morning as we get to your 8, 9 o'clock, especially your 9 to 10 o'clock, because we close the forward candle at 10. So in that 7:45 to 8:30, that's gonna be your opportunity to go for an entry, whether it be a buy. It's probably most likely gonna be a buy. You're probably gonna be looking very reddish in the morning, but 7:45 to 8:30, you go in, you take that bait, and as we get to your 9 o'clock, 10, we close 10 strong, and then he talks at 11, and so on, so on, so on, so. But that's what I see the market doing, and then Bitcoin and Ethereum is just waiting for them to see. You see how happy Bitcoin is, and yeah, I mentioned about this. I mentioned this 3 candle box. Pay attention because it's a monthly 3 candle box in Bitcoin. These tend to fucking complete, and when they complete, they end up fucking doing this right here. 3 candle box right here, shoots up. You have another one right here that ended up not completing but still active. And as soon as this one went down and started looking like this, was your red flag, because the fourth one had to complete it, shooting up. Something similar to like this one right here. The fact that even though it broke it and went down, the fact that this one right here, this monthly, came back inside was your buying zone. That's why I use these monthly 3 candle boxes to confirm me or whatnot. If this would have just happened and the market would just dip, it would have been different. But the fact that it went up to that area, 20 maybe other person would have been like, is it gonna go up? Is it gonna continue down, going down? It all depended on the data and what was happening during that time. That would have been a no-brainer, and how Ethereum was looking. So, anyways, and again, this is a month, so we could have this month with good news, but you gotta pay attention to the last 2. We may get some sort of pullback, fears of inflation or numbers being too high, or some data we're gonna get after the Fed in these next 2 weeks. Because you also gotta remember, we have earnings coming up in 1 month. So October 15, 16, we're gonna start getting earnings from banks, earnings from Amazon, Tesla, all that shit. So again, all that shit's gonna bring the market back up again. And depending what's happening during those 2 weeks, if we did have a crash, let's say these next 2 weeks after this, the last 2 weeks of September, once we get to the middle of October and we start getting to that earning stage, you're gonna then start seeing the market recover. Yes, that's if we do drop between now till in a month from now, and hopefully we do that way with earnings and all that. It pushes the market back up again. Anyways, I'm getting too much ahead. Let's go to the weekly. See, and I mentioned about this area right here. Bitcoin's just waiting for that interest rate news, and it's gonna smash through that. and we should close inside of this box right here between your 119,000 and 117,000, and it's just waiting for tomorrow's data, tomorrow's earning. That's why you see just bullet here. So notice how right here, as we were trying to coming up, we were hitting this strong resistance right here. We have this one right here, and then we have this one, this really strong one. So as long as we can break through this and close inside of here, that's what you wanted, to show you more bullishness, to show you that it's gonna go on up. Here's another 3 candle box. So the fact that it shot up and it went through this, and now it's hanging there. And now what it's gonna do is gonna bullshit in that region. And as this data comes up, you should see Bitcoin in the morning being more active, being more bullish or whatnot, especially as we get towards your 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Ethereum also waiting. 3 monthly candle. Monthly candle. Here's all-time high. Here's who we are right now. It's just waiting. It's just waiting for the interest rates. Just waiting. It's good. There's a week. You're gonna see the week fucking create down to all-time high, or it's gonna be a pullback, and you're gonna see this baby pullback somewhere in the 4,000s, like literally just 4,000. Again, XRP also. XRP is waiting. My bad. There's a monthly candle, and it's right there. It's been waiting there. There's a little trend line. So look, notice a trend line right here. There's a trend right here. Oh, it's already there. And here are my indicators. Hey, this is your entry, and these are your targets. That's a 12-hour candle, 8-hour candle, 4-hour candle, 3-hour candle, and then once we get a 2-hour candle, so this is your core right here. It's gonna follow Ethereum. As the morning comes, you should see XRP start flipping and going on up in your $3 range. That's why it's doing that. That's why it's bullshitting this whole time at $3. It's waiting for that interest rate data. Same thing with Palantir. Same thing with Nvidia. Same thing with gold. Same thing with silver. Same thing United Healthcare, BMNR, especially BMNR. You see how happy BMNR is? Tom Lee stock. Tom Lee put a treasury of Ethereum. Therefore, Ethereum's at its all-time high. Ethereum, when Ethereum blows up, you're gonna see it go back. You gotta see BMNR go back to its all-time high of $68, and then from there, you're gonna start hearing how so-and-so bought shares of BMNR. Like all these big motherfuckers are gonna start buying his stock, Tom Lee stock. As Ethereum makes new all-time high, you're gonna see the stock fucking rally on up again. Alright, you guys, didn't want to make this shit too long, but yeah, that's what I fucking see the market doing. After, can you search up artist Coco or Suck a Dick and said hi audio? What's up? Alright, guys, take care. Hope that